Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Chronicles Review. It is your boy Cosmic Boss. With me is Aranya Mist. And so, two of the three Lester Stealthy Ninjas. And we are back here recording a double feature episode because this Saturday, today, we went and saw two films. Moonfall was the first one, and Jackass Forever was the second. First, we're going to talk about Moonfall.
Yes.
This will be, just so everybody's aware, spoiler free review for Moonfall. Jackass, you know what Jackass is,
Yeah,
so
there's no need.
there's no need for spoilers and all that. But for Moonfall, directed by Roland Emmerich, starring Miss Halle Berry,
Yeah.
starring Sam from Game of Thrones. If you watch that show, you know him. She has not. And Mr.
Ed Warren.
Ed Warren.
Mhm.
Bless his soul.
Yep.
And so this movie was surprising.
Yes.
I would say we both really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Like it was, I would say, like on the way in here, we were talking about disaster movies and like how over the past, like we could say 30 years, there hasn't been a lot of good ones.
Right.
This is one of them. This
Yeah.
is a good one.
It was good. It had a lot of different legs
Yes.
to it. It wasn't just here's a disaster movie. It
Right.
had a lot of layers, and I love disaster movies. I will watch as long as it's not like a green screen disaster movie where it's like, come on now.
Right.
But I will watch any disaster movie because I have a fear of the giant wave, but I love to see it coming.
Yes. We were saying we on the way in, we were talking about like the good ones that we liked. Independence Day, 2012, Day After Tomorrow, San Andreas, Armageddon, Deep Impact, stuff like that. And this one, heavy on, not super heavy, but medium on the sides, more so than any of the other disaster movies.
Yeah.
Very much so. Like this one had a lot of science into it, so it's very much sci-fi
Yep.
and disaster movie. And also, it reminded me a lot of, I would say, Independence Day.
Yeah. Yeah. With
Like,
the conspiracies.
With the conspiracies, the sci-fi aspect of it. There were no aliens.
No.
There were no aliens in the movie, so let me just knock that out. There were no aliens in the movie. So, but the whole moon crashing into Earth was, oh
And
goodness.
there was a twist.
There's a twist in there.
Yeah, like
We
that
ain't
twist
gonna
was awesome.
we ain't gonna talk about it,
No.
but it was great. And like this movie had comedy in parts.
It did.
It was serious where it needed to be, and the visuals were great.
Beautiful.
The visuals were great.
Yeah.
Like it was a fun movie. It's not, you're not gonna sit there and say it's one of the smartest movies you've ever seen.
No.
This is a great popcorn movie. This is a summer blockbuster. This movie deserves like summer.
Yeah.
This movie deserved a summer release because this was great.
It was. And I unlocked 2 new fears. So if you have any interesting phobias, comment and let us know what your interesting phobias are. But I unlocked 2 new fears on this film, and I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for the new fears.
Right.
We didn't lose Houston. Right on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Houston was safe because ain't no way.
I hate all the movies where Houston is going. We lost Houston. What?
Right.
Fuck this. Come out.
Like that always messed me up. Like in Independence Day, if you remember when they had the stealth bomber and they nuked the ship and did nothing, they did it over Houston. It's like, fuck you. Why are you dropping that bomb over us?
Exactly.
Some of us are still here.
Right.
Like,
So way to go on that.
But
it was a cute little story.
it was great. It was a cute story. It had some character development.
Yeah.
Some great characters.
One of the characters is a little over the top.
A little bit.
But I mean, when you see it, you'll recognize it and be like,
like it. And like, here's the thing: it had a whole lot of real people with real reactions.
Yeah.
Because what I tell you, I've seen disaster movies where they be like, well, we can stand to stay here. Oh, everybody. Soon as this shit was happening, like they were like, look, oh, word, get out.
Right.
Get out.
Right.
Everybody else.
It wasn't a whole bunch of brave.
Pack it up.
Right.
Pack it up. like, you thought I was play. You can have my job.
Right.
I'm out.
This, I'm deuces. All right then. I'm out. I'm finna save my life.
Right? Like there was so many people. There was not there were the people that were like, you see them every time they stuck like a deer in the headlights
Right.
in the midst of the disaster, and it's just coming, and they panic, or they just stand there and let it happen. Everybody from that we could see in this movie was like, "Fuck it."
Right. I'm out. We're gonna try to make it.
We gonna try to do whatever we can to survive, and it was great. It was refreshing to see because like I don't think either of us had high expectations for this movie.
No. I didn't think it was gonna go like it went.
No, did not.
I don't think the preview really gives away like.
Yeah, trailer says nothing other than the moon is coming.
Right.
That's it. That's all you're gonna get. But the story is much deeper and much better.
Much better.
Much better.
Like,
but
I know some people were saying like, oh, I wasn't really into that. I don't think I wanted to see that. I think you should reconsider.
Yes.
Because it is actually pretty entertaining. Like it is. Now,
yes.
Again, if you have a degree in physics or you work at NASA, we don't need your Hidden Figures trajectories compared to theirs. Just go with the story, okay? Just let it happen.
Look, it ain't the smartest science.
But it doesn't need to be.
But it works enough to tell a movie story.
Exactly.
So
an entertaining movie story.
Exactly, an entertaining movie story. And here's the thing, it has a great beginning, a very good middle, and a great ending. A closed ending that also has potential for a sequel. So like I would love to see one.
Yes.
So if you've been hesitant to go see this movie, please go see it.
Yeah.
If you like disaster movies, you will enjoy this.
Yeah.
If you like sci-fi movies, you will enjoy this. Mm-hmm. If you like Halle Berry, you will like this. She was my favorite character in the movie. Yours was Airborne. So
you gotta hold him down always.
Exactly.
Protect him at all costs.
But
and in case I just thought about it, just in case somebody doesn't know what we're talking about, The Conjuring, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yes. Yes.
The man who plays
his name is Patrick something.
Yeah.
I forget the last
name, so we just call him by the name that we know.
We call him Mr. Warren.
That's correct.
But
wait, who did they do from Game of Thrones?
The one that found out the chunky one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. The Jack Black clone.
There you go.
Okay. Cool.
And just you'll never watch Game of Thrones, so he was introduced, I think, in the second season, maybe the end of the first. No, but he survived to the end of the show.
Well, right on then. I like
one of the very few.
Funny. He was pretty funny.
But he was very funny. Yep. Also, we heard in this movie the greatest name for a cat ever. Like as soon as he came on the screen, I was like, "Oh, we got a cat!" And when he yelled his name,
like, wait,
we was like, "Wait a damn minute!" I don't know if I want to spoil it for you.
No, don't spoil it.
No, I'm not. Just listen
for the name of that cat, and you're gonna.
It was great.
That was a clever ass name.
Oh, it was great. But yeah, so like Moonfall.
Yeah.
Go see it.
Yeah,
It's surprisingly good. But Jackass Forever.
Listen, if you're a fan of Jackass, fucking go see it.
That's it. That's all we gotta say. You know? If you like Jackass and if you like to laugh, go see this.
And if you just like pranks and comedy like that, then go see it.
Right.
Enjoy it. It is what it is. There's no like, oh, this is the.
Because I will tell you this: these boys, as they talked about in this show, been doing this shit for 20 years.
Yeah. I didn't realize it had been 20 years.
Exactly. I was like, wait a minute, and they said 10 years since the last movie. I was like, damn. And then it was like, nobody, no YouTube couple, no TikTok stars, none of them do pranks in physical comedy as well as these boys.
That's right.
And here's the thing. Like since the last movie came out, they had like they started like when they brought Rob Dyrdek in one scene for one prank. He was sitting there talking about look at these boys, we got the old war dogs, and he was patting Preston and Wee Man And then we got new talent. They got some new people in here, and they are very good.
They are good and brave.
They are very brave.
Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out
all Aaron.
Shout out to one of the old war dogs, Aaron, because he had some of the funniest scenes.
Oh my God, in tears, like in tears, like everybody in the theater was cracking up. Like,
oh my goodness. I don't know what my favorite bit. Most likely it'll probably be the Silence of the Lambs. So when I look, it's Jackass. When they did that shit, because the way they set it up was they said the top, we gonna bring 2 of the members in at a time in this small room, sit them on this couch. And they had the snake handler in there, and he was taking a live diamondback rattlesnake out the bucket. Yeah. Talk about Johnny Knoxville's they gonna place a cookie on the snake's head, and Johnny Knoxville's got to take the cookie off. They were like, "What the fuck?" And so they showed them the snake. They did, swapped them out, and took them to the basement with the exact same room set up.
Different basket with the
different basket. Snake. They swapped the barrel out with no snake in there. They then, once they were in, everybody else just slowly migrated out. They shut the door with a steel there and turned off all the lights. Oh my God. It was pitch black. They couldn't see. So if you've seen Silence of the Lambs, you know where they got that name from. Like when she was in that house in the basement by herself and he had night vision, Johnny was in there with night vision goggles, fucking them up. And hilarious.
And you know the basis of fear is darkness, and you can do anything to somebody. It could be the lightest caress, and they will freak the fuck out.
That is mankind's oldest fear, the dark. That is the oldest fear mankind has. And when I tell you that shit broke, because they, like I said, they swapped the barrel with the snake out. So the live snake was not in the room, but the same barrel. So they knocked it over. And they had an audio playing in the room of the snake rattling. When I tell you, see the panic in these boys freak the fuck out.
Listen.
Oh my God.
You're talking about funny. Like, oh.
Anytime something touched them, they like, they get the.
And Aaron, Aaron is a star.
When he was hiding under the table.
He built a barricade court and was hiding under the table like, get me out of this motherfucker! Like, it was great.
My favorite part of that though was when he found the backup door. Aaron found the backup door. It was still pitch black. He couldn't see shit. It was a separate room they set up. They had dangling cast iron pans at different heights. So if you would have just walked, marbles on the floor. So if you walked in, you just got smacked in the face and you slipped and fell on the floor. And then there was a rail in there covered in tacks and mouse traps. He couldn't see that shit, but he was yelling for his friend. I got the door. Come on, let's go. His friend was like, oh, yeah, sure. I don't trust you.
I was like, how convenient.
How convenient you found the door.
I was like, man, fuck you. He was out. Aaron was out. He took off.
Aaron's like, I tried. He shut that door and he walked right into a frying pan.
Oh my God. And then he felt so bad. It was so good. You know, you're so childish of us today.
Oh.
Falling and hurting themselves, but they do it for fun.
And they do it for fun, and that shit was hilarious. Oh my goodness.
We must protect Johnny Knoxville at all.
Oh man, look, that man is a genius. Right, Steve-O is a treasure. Look, Aaron is a star. Johnny, if you like,
still looking right from the early MTV days, Johnny.
Nope.
You know, now he did get hurt pretty bad.
He did.
You're not gonna tell him what happened.
I'm not gonna tell you what happened. He got
dead. We was like, oh shit, it's Johnny dead.
But some of these, oh my goodness.
It was great.
The cup test shit was great. Oh man, the spider.
Oh man.
Oh, the scorpion.
That rapper.
Oh, Tyler the Creator was in here. Eric Andre was in here. Tony Hawk.
Eric Andre, Like he was
Oh,
hilarious, and I don't know if anybody has watched it, but he does have his own Eric Andre show. I think it's 4 seasons or 5 seasons.
I think it's 5.
Okay,
Oh,
check it out. I watched it. I didn't know who he was at first years ago, and I started watching it, and he is just a black jackass person that does crazy shit on his show. And a shout out to him because I think he's awesome.
but yeah, there was like if you've seen Jackass 1, 2, or 3, go see this.
Yeah,
It's if you just want to laugh,
yeah,
you like pranks. This shit was great.
hilarious.
Oh
And I
man,
mean, everybody in there stayed until the very last credit finished. Like,
yes,
it's an appreciation. And if you're a 90s kid, late 80s, whatever, like you grew up seeing Jackass things, the show, and things of that nature, man, support that shit because that
because
stuff is
that's
great.
man, them boys are treasures.
Yeah,
Them
yeah,
boys are treasures.
yeah.
They are part of our childhood. I love them forever, man.
Never got to see a grown man cry.
Oh my goodness, some of them like they were crying in pain, and it was fucking magic.
Gotta love it, man. You got to.
The mime test. Shout out to the new talent because
She is amazing.
she's amazing because she took some painful shit.
Listen, it wouldn't
Because I was in like never,
never.
not I. And she was a
Shout out to
soldier.
Steve-O's dick. It has been through a lot. Like,
His dick, Chris Pontius' dick,
yeah.
Aaron's dick, like
Oh, shout out to Aaron's dick. Oh, Aaron's dick has suffered trauma.
because like they were like there was a lot of you'll see a lot of dicks in
A
this movie.
lot. Warning: there is a
lot
lot
of
of dicks, and
dicks.
there's vomiting.
There's vomiting. There's a
So,
lot of
something
dicks.
are they having a party bus to the movie?
Well,
This is what we doing.
all right. But anyway,
Oh.
there's a lot of dicks, a lot of vomiting.
Yeah. There's a little bit of blood. I mean,
some
people know
blood.
they hurt themselves,
A lot of ass.
Yeah, and if you're offended by a very large men half naked, you may not want to do that. Do your research, okay?
Whew.
But if you're not like us and we wanted to enjoy some good old jackassery like that,
Because they set up the pranks and jokes so well, and it gets so funny. Like, and also if you watch it, don't just pay attention to the jokes and shit happening. Listen to the little conversations and the jokes being said, because that shit will have you rolling too.
hilarious.
But oh man,
They're great. That whole cast was great, and all the special guests. I guess Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly was in the movie.
Yep.
He got fucked up.
He did. He was great.
So,
He looks like a fuckboy, by the way. I said it. I don't care.
oh man,
But yeah, it was great. It was funny. And all those people, Machine Gun Kelly and Tyler the Creator, they're all good sports, and I think that's awesome.
Yes, that was very
really
good.
awesome.
Yeah, because this movie was amazing.
Yeah, and if you agree to do something on Jackass and or the Eric Andre show, you never know what's gonna happen to you.
Don't look unless you got good insurance. Don't agree to go on Jackass because you will lose a tooth.
You'll be in a sling.
You'll get a sling, something broken. You will get welts and bruises. There were so many kinds of bruises and welts, and large ones, small ones.
You may have to touch a bug, and I'm out. Okay? I'm not touching no big ass spider. I'm not no snake, no scorpions, nothing. I don't want. I respect animal kingdoms. Let them be. No giant vultures.
That was a good one.
We're not gonna tell you.
We're not gonna tell you. Go see it, please.
And enjoy it.
Please.
Enjoy it. Like,
but oh my goodness,
it was great. And I don't shout out to the elderly people. I guess that was in their retirement community that was naked at the end.
They went to a nudist retirement community, and there was a bunch of naked men dancing around. One of them had an oxygen tank,
and he was getting.
his dick is. Oh,
and that was in the credits, so we didn't spoil anything during.
That was in the credits,
but we were like, "What?" I was like, "What is this now?"
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so make sure you watch the credits.
Yes,
make sure you watch
the credits because there's some good shit. They throw it back to the original, like the first episodes. They pay tribute to the cast members that are no longer with us.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. Yep. And it was just, oh man, it was just great. And it was just great to laugh at stupid shit.
Yeah, again, especially with the climate of everything we got going on.
Oh
It's just
man,
nice to sit back and laugh at something that's totally mindless.
exactly.
You know, you don't have to
There's
think too much.
there's no politics. There's there's
No racism.
no
There's nothing.
racism. No
Just some idiotic
no
shit.
misogyny.
Nope.
None of that.
It's great.
It's just great pranks. You can't misinterpret anything you
Right.
see in this movie, and it was just great to laugh at it all.
It really, really was. It
But
was
oh
stress
my
off.
goodness,
That child is already asleep. I don't know what movie they're going to see. But anyway,
they just gonna leave him at the bar.
Yeah, just be like, just prop him up. He'll be alright. See, look, that child is
knocked out. That arm is swinging.
Yeah.
So,
but both movies were absolutely great. We loved them. We enjoyed it. We're gonna try to do more double features brought to you by the LessThanStealthyNinjas.
Yes. More Chronicles reviews coming up. We have Death on the Nile, one of my favorite Agatha Christie stories ever. Probably my absolute favorite. We got Uncharted coming. All three of the ninjas will be there. We'll also be doing the Batman. We'll also try to get Planet Nico in on that one.
Yeah.
So and we got some good ones coming.
It's a lot of movies coming out here in the next 6 months or so.
Oh, we gonna be here for Doctor Strange.
What?
Cause ain't no way we missing that.
Exactly.
But yeah, so be on the lookout for those. More coming soon. They will always be spoiler free. So hope you'll check us out.
Yes.
And we will see you on the next one. From Erana Mist, myself, Cosmic Boss, we have been two of the three Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. See you next time.
Yep.